Hi everybody, welcome to week 2 of your nursing practicum course. I'm very excited to be on this journey with you as you kind of put all the pieces together and start wrapping things up. Okay, so we made it through the first week. Yay! So hopefully you either submitted a form in the assignment area that provided me with information about your preceptor, or you sent me a note in your individual forum that told me, no, I don't have a preceptor yet, but I'm doing the GCU online orientation course. Okay, so now let's take a look at this week. So our discussion question has to do with GCU's mission and vision statement. And there is a link in your assignment where you can go to read those. It'll list out, if you scroll to the bottom of the page, the mission and vision. And then there's some explanatory comments below that explain those areas even further. So I would encourage you to take a look at that. So we'll have some good discussion about this week and about that this week, and I'll probably throw out maybe 1 or 2 other class questions for us to chew on. But the big thing is we now have assignments due this week. So let's talk about them. I would strongly encourage you to pull up or print out the directions for the Practicum Goals assignment and at least the first couple pages of the Nursing Education Practicum Documentation Form, the NEPD form, and follow along, and I'll be holding up some pages as we have our discussion, okay? So the first assignment is about Practicum Goals. Now, when you originally turned in a form to the Office of Field Experience applying for your Practicum, you had to list out what some of your goals were. Hopefully this sounds familiar, but what some of your goals were, what you wanted to accomplish during your practicum. Okay, great. Those aren't set in stone. Okay, now you know whether you're going to be out at a college, out at a hospital, or teaching online. Now you can maybe further refine those goals a little bit so they don't have to be the same as what you turned in. So it says, based on your personal needs, write your overall practicum goals. So what I'm looking for here is, by the time you complete this practicum, what do you want to come away with? What are some areas that you need experience in that you will be wanting to achieve? Do you want to focus on looking how the course ties in with the overall curriculum of a program? Do you want to learn about how to give better feedback? Do you want to learn more about writing correctly? So look at those things. You can include a few different areas, but I want them to be kind of global, okay? And so this paper, this first Practicum Goals paper, is basically just a paragraph, okay? And these goals are broad goals, okay? They do need to be specific and they do need to be measurable, because at the very end of your practicum, you are going to be telling me if you've met these goals and how. How do you know you've met them? Okay, so they need to be specific, measurable, time frame, just like writing patient goals. Okay, so all we're doing is a paragraph for practicum goals. I do not need to approve those before you do your NEPD form. No worries there. You just have to both submit them by Wednesday night, okay? I will be giving you feedback on them. We may refine them, but I don't need to approve them before you do your NEPD form. But I need to know the general direction that you're heading, okay? If you have any questions about those goals, let me know. Do a cover page so I know who it is that's submitting this information, and then just a paragraph. No references needed. All right? Okay, so that's Practicum Goals. Now, I know this is going to appear backwards to you, but I'm going to be more pointing at it for top and bottom of pages. And hopefully you've printed out a few pages so you can follow with me. This is the Nursing Education Practicum Documentation Form, NEPD form. That's what I'm going to be calling it. Okay. When you print out the NEPD form, it'll say Topic 1, Week 1. Okay, so normally we would have started this the first week of the course, which is Topic 1, Week 1. But no problem, this course is actually being revised this year, and we're going to tweak some of these little things. All right, first of all, it says overall practicum goal. I know this was repetitive, but you're going to copy and paste what you wrote for the practicum goals assignment into this document right at the beginning, under that first Topic 1, Week 1. This is a document that you're going to add to and revise every 2 weeks. So you're just going to keep adding and adding and adding. So it's going to be, you're going to be saving material to it every 2 weeks and submitting the whole thing, uploading it. Okay? So Topic 1, Week 1. All right. So as you look at this form, Topic 1, Weeks 1 and 2 is below that. And we've got all these columns. Let's talk about the columns first. Learning objectives. So every 2 weeks, you're going to have those broad goals now broken down in something very specific that you want to accomplish during the 2 weeks. Okay? Maybe for an online course, you want to learn how to post announcements. I don't know. Maybe you want to look at a report about incident report content or something at a hospital to determine education priorities. You're going to get very specific about your activities during that 2-week period. So you might say, Tracy, I have not started my practicum yet. No problem. Your objectives in that first column will be anything that relates to your practicum. So you might say, waiting to start with preceptor, anticipate start date to be blah, blah, blah. Or let's say you're in the online orientation. Okay, your goal will be to complete all required assignments and coursework with an acceptable passing grade during these 2 weeks period. Okay, because that's a step towards your practicum. So whatever you're doing, if you're waiting, if you're taking the orientation, or if you've actually started your practicum, the learning objectives, you're going to fill it out. Okay, no matter which state you're in. Okay, so learning objectives. Resources and strategies. What type of resources or strategies will you utilize to accomplish your learning objectives? Maybe you'll need to read something. Maybe you'll need to meet with your preceptor. Maybe you'll need to email with your preceptor. Maybe you'll need to coordinate something with me. What are the resources that you're going to need to be successful to meet those short-term goals? Measurement. How do you know you will achieve your goal? Okay, so let's see, my learning objective is I want to provide feedback to half of the students in the class in the online learning environment about their initial response to the discussion question. Measurement. I will count the number of responses to the initial discussion questions that I was able to provide during this week. Okay. Evaluation. Now, hang with me because this is a time-stepped series. Evaluation, you're just going to say either I know I did meet or I did not meet my weekly goal because. So I know I met my weekly goal because I had wanted to provide feedback to half of the class, and I was actually able to provide feedback to 3/4 of the class. I know I did not meet my weekly goal because my preceptor forgot that I was providing feedback and I only had a chance to give feedback to 5 students. Okay, so what do you want to accomplish? What do you need? How are you going to know if you accomplished it? And then later, did you accomplish it? Okay? The beginning part of this is a little rocky. It gets much easier as we go along. Okay, so we are starting our second week of the course, and you're going to turn this in by Wednesday at midnight. The first part of this, topic 1, week 1 through 2, you're going to fill out all of these columns. What did I hope to accomplish during week 1 and 2? What resources did I use? How am I going to measure? And did I actually do it? Because you'll be at the end of week 2. Okay? All right. So then in week 4, well, let's stick with this week first. So you're going to say what you did during week 1 and week 2. You're also going to go to topic 2, week 3 and week 4. Okay, so I talked about week 1 and 2, and I evaluated myself already. I'm also going to then write my objectives for week 3 and week 4. I'm going to plan what I hope to accomplish. I'm going to say what resources I need and how I'll know if I met those goals. Okay, so let me go back and give you an example again. So during week 1, my goals were to meet with my preceptor, to establish a plan for the next 2 weeks, and to introduce myself to management. Okay, I'm writing those out. What resources did I use? How do I know whether I met the goals? And I'm going to evaluate those goals because I'm turning this in at the end of the week 2. Then I'm going to go down to topic 2, which is week 3 and 4. What do I want to accomplish? I want to perform a needs assessment survey with the staff. What do I need to do it? How do I know if I met that goal? Leave the last column blank for the week 3 to week 4. Okay, so these weeks, week 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, are the weeks of our course throughout this 16 weeks. So, just to be really clear, for this first week, you're going to copy and paste your overall practicum goals. You're going to completely fill out all 4 columns. Topic 1, weeks 1 and 2. Topic 2, weeks 3 and 4. You're only going to fill out the first 3 because week 3 and 4 haven't happened yet. That makes sense, right? The next time you fill out this form, you'll fill out the evaluation column for week 3 and 4 and set new goals for week 5 and 6. And every 2 weeks, we'll go through that same process. I hope this has helped you. It's a little confusing, and this is one of the areas that we really want to work on when we're revising this course. When this course first started, everybody set up their own practicum in their own communities, and everybody started at week 1 of the course. So it was kind of easy to explain this. But now we have people starting at all different times, starting with the online orientation at JCU. It gets a little more complicated. So if you have specific questions for me, first drop me a note in the individual forum or the questions to the instructor forum if you think other people have that question too. So try that route first. If that doesn't work, give me a jingle. 801-577-4100. Remember, if I don't answer, I might be working at my full-time job, so just either leave me a message or send me a text, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. All right, I am looking forward to a wonderful week. This video was a little longer than usual. Usually they'll be about 7 to 10 minutes in length. All right, looking forward to seeing you in the main forum. Bye-bye.